Hello, hello. Welcome back, all you lovely home improvement people. This week on the Sunday live stream, we are looking at DIY disasters and homeowner disasters. We are not making fun of these people at all. I do these mistakes, you do these mistakes, but without knowing how are we going to learn? We don't want to end up on this list in the future live stream. Okay, so this is a bathroom door handle installed completely wrong. I'm sure the homeowner was proud of themselves, and as soon as they tried to close that door, they realized quickly that it did not work whatsoever. This one is safety first, guys. This is super, super dangerous. Look there at the bottom. At the bottom of that ladder, they have cinder blocks on a picnic table with a ladder working on the siding or window or roof or something. And then the other end of the ladder is on the electrical meter. Guys, that's going to rip right off of the house. That is going to be a significant problem. Do not do this, please. I'm begging you, do not do this. Okay, this, in case you don't know, is a roof rafter in somebody's attic. This is a structural element. This holds open your house. Holds up your house. If you look behind my head, there's actually a long crack. That crack is currently held together with duct tape. Now, I get it. Duct tape is a miracle product. It will solve and fix anything, but not meant for structural repairs. This homeowner has removed the stairs railing. Look at that drop down to tragedy right there. My guess is they were lifting up to the second story, a couch or a big mattress, king size bed, whatever, and it didn't fit. So they took the railings off and nobody ever put it back. And then they went to resell their house and nobody ever put it back. Safety first or second or third, whatever you get around to safety. Electrical, I find this every day that I'm working, electrical problems in people's homes. This is a fire waiting to happen. When you are connecting wires, you have to use proper methods and techniques. You do not want open splices just hanging out. Actually, it looks like this is above their suspended ceiling. Still a big no-no. How about a mouse gets up there and chews on the wires? It just takes just one spark, and this house will go up in flames. Absolutely. Okay, literally paint yourself into a corner. So commend her. I love homeowners trying to do their own repairs. I am here for free advice. I will answer any of your questions. But when you're painting something or staining wood floors, don't paint yourself into a corner. How is she going to get out of that? That will leave footprints on the newly finished, beautiful floor. Best of wishes to her. I actually would like to see an after picture of how that one was resolved. This one is somebody's foundation, and they have a crack right there, a foundation structural crack. Some things homeowners maybe shouldn't patch themselves. This looks like it's some kind of do-it-yourself patch right on the surface of the wall, and the problem with that is it will not hold up. Sometimes you will have to hire professionals. A foundation specialist or a waterproofing company might have to be called into this one. That one probably is not going to hold up long-term. The water pressure is going to come right in, push that patch right out, and the basement's still going to leak. Okay, this one is, I don't know, what is this one? Flashing, horrible flashing on somebody's chimney. So here's the roof, here's the chimney. I can guarantee that flashing is leaking and they're going to have water stains and damage in their house. Now, in all fairness to them, sometimes critters do this kind of damage. This can be squirrels, raccoons, and other wildlife will actually get so desperate to get into the house looking for heat, a birthing location, food. They'll be so desperate that they actually will pry up, gnaw through, chew your roof, flashing, siding, and figure a way to get into your house and get into your attics. This one. So that's a gas flue pipe, probably from a furnace or something like that, and it's not vented properly. Actually, I take that back. I bet you they're venting, well, whatever they're venting. I guess we don't know from this picture whether it's gas, carbon monoxide risk, or a moist location like a bathroom or a kitchen vent. Whatever that vent was, it has come dislodged. It looks like a roof vent there. It has come dislodged. Make sure you're checking your attics from time to time. An attic is kind of a nasty place. People don't like to go up there, the insulation, and you can't breathe. I get it. But check your attics from time to time. That's where you'll find lots of problems. You'll find mold and animal activity, missing insulation, loose vents like this. That's where you want to check your attics. This one, it's the door to nowhere or to break your ankle or worse. This one, I have no clue the sequence of events of how this happened. If I had to guess, maybe there was an addition, over a bonus room put over a garage. And then when they brought the door into the pre-existing original house, this is where it lined up. Poor planning, no architectural drawings. This is how it ended up. Okay, enough said on that one. This one, just a bunch of good old boys need a shower head, and they're not going to pay those high prices. By the way, you can get a basic low flow shower head for probably $10. $10, but this good old boy wanted to do it with what is the name of that beer can? Sorry, I can't read it. If you know, let me know in the comments. Okay, this one. Have you ever built your own furniture? So furniture is now shipped, as you know, flat packed, million different pieces. The manufacturers are passing the assembly cost onto you. So they're kind of screwing us there. They used to assemble real furniture, real solid wood themselves, and then sell it to us. Now they make us do all the labor and all the assembly. So they're passing the buck on to us. And this homeowner had a bit of a disaster, and it's leaning and it's going to fall over and hit somebody. Good luck on fixing that one. Okay, the brick wall. I don't know what was attached to this brick wall, but at some point it came off or was removed, and they are filling the hole in the side of their house with random loose bricks, just stacking them and shoving them in the hole. I bet you we can do better. Do you have anything like that in your house? You better not, but let me know if you do. Okay, this is a roof disaster waiting to leak, probably has already leaked. When you have a horrible flashing like this, valley situation like this with two different roofs coming together and the water, and then hopefully it's not in a cold climate, but it probably is, the ice and the snow will just sit there. It will absolutely find its way under those shingles and drip into the house. How this typically happens, I think, is they do an addition and it's poorly planned, especially the roof designs. Where are the lines? Where are the drainage areas? Where are the valleys going to go? So I think that happens with additions and horrible planning. Look at this one. This guy is on the second or third story. I forgot when I saw this, if it's second or third story, doing painting of windows. Apparently, he didn't have a long enough ladder, so he's just going to put a plank between windows. Horrible. It's burning my eyes just looking at it. Horrible. They should cancel his health insurance immediately. This one is more foundation problems. Foundation problems. They happen everywhere, whether you're in a warm climate or a cold climate. There's different types of foundation problems, but they happen everywhere. That yellow stuff right there is spray-in foam. It's meant to keep your home warmer and prevent drafts. It's not meant as a structural repair, would never work for a structural repair. Spray-in foam will not work to fix a broken foundation. To ring the doorbell, connect the wires. Let me get my head out of the way. Okay, so your guest comes and they connect the wires and they get a little bit of a low voltage shock every time they do it. It feels good, especially if it's a door-to-door salesman. I do encourage this kind of activity. Go ahead and shock the door-to-door salesman. Now, if it's a pizza delivery guy or gal, put a nice doorbell ringer in there. Please help them out. My friendly homeowners, doorbell button replacement, if you do it yourself, is $5. $5 if you do it yourself. You can absolutely put a new doorbell button in. Okay, do you recognize this one? Look at that. Look at that. That is an AC unit completely iced over. What happens there is your inside airflow gets restricted. The air filter hasn't been changed for a couple of years. Something is happening. The blower's not moving enough air, but with not moving enough air, the evaporator coil, or a lot of people call it the A coil, is not having the cold removed. And when it gets back to the outside unit, that is just building up over time, and it's working so hard to cool the house. And the house is actually getting hotter and hotter. This is in the middle of summertime. It's getting hotter and hotter, and the outside unit is iced over, and there's no air moving in the house anymore. The house is 100 degrees, and you look outside, and it's iced over. Call a repairman. It is a common problem. It can be fixed fairly easily in most cases. It's actually not as dramatic as it looks. That one can be fixed pretty easily. Okay, this one. Can you see what's going on here? Under a kitchen sink. You've all seen it, maybe. Somebody did their own plumbing work, and that's the drain going from the P-trap, the nasty drain water coming out, and leaving. So you say, Larry, what's the problem? What's the problem? It looks totally fine, right? No, it doesn't look totally fine. This area of the drain under the kitchen sink is lower than this area. So if this area is lower than this area, how is the water supposed to drain? Does water go hill? Let me know in the comments. Does water go uphill? Does not. Typically does not. So you're going to have standing water in this drain pipe in the horizontal section. It's going to cause slow drains. It's going to possibly cause other issues. Your water needs to drain downhill, guys and gals. Okay, this is plastic CPVC piping right into the water heater. You don't want any kind of plastic pipe within 18 inches above of a gas water heater. It will melt. It will melt, guys. That's hot flue gases right there. And then within inches, they have plastic pipes. Don't do it. Use a metal extender. Go up 12 to 18 inches. Then you can switch over to your PEX or CPVC or whatever pipe that you deem appropriate. Now, if you came out immediately with copper, they could have did this. They could have been successful with this. If you came out immediately with copper or galvanized, then they could have did rigid pipe all the way up and been fine. But no plastic pipe right on top of a gas water heater. This one is a roof that has seen better days. This is a wood shake shingle roof that probably has been leaking for years. And look at these suspicious little brown spots there, again, there, again, there. Those are little flashing pieces. There's another one way up there. Those are little metal flashing pieces that they're tapping up in between the shingles to try to stop the roof leaks. Boy, that's going to be like a Band-Aid over a gunshot wound. That will not work. That you'll never fix it completely with that. That one is going to need a new roof. Too many gaps, too many problems. Okay, electrical, they're trying to burn down the house in this one. This one, they're trying to burn down the house and collect insurance money. This one might be insurance fraud. I kind of joke, I kind of kid, or do I? Open wire electrical splices in your house are a fire hazard. Don't do it. Always must be enclosed in a junction box for safety. Hey, you have loved ones. I have loved ones. Don't risk it. Don't do it. All electrical splices must be enclosed in a junction box. Okay, look at this one. What do we got here? We have books holding up a pedestal sink with a chair. That's a perfectly interesting guest bathroom. Yeah, your guests are over having a lovely dinner, and then they say, "Where do I go to the bathroom?" And you send them in there. What if they take off one of the books and want to read it, and then the sink falls off? Don't do it. Don't do it, guys. Don't slip for what? Orange garden hose running from a sink faucet to a toilet. Oh, I got you. The toilet is broken. The water line to the toilet is broken, no longer works. So they're filling it back up with the sink water so they can flush it. Okay, fine. Nothing to see here. Move on. Okay, over to the bathroom. Hopefully it's not the same house. Hopefully this one's a different house. That's a tub spout that I see there. They're actually pretty easy to replace. Don't be intimidated by those. I have a video up right now on those. But this one, I think they had a hard time getting the right connection, so they just kept experimenting with that and sliding on new threaded pieces until they came up with the right connection. This one, you can do better. I know you can do better. Okay, don't fall through your ceilings. Look at this gentleman. Or is it a female? I can't tell by the shoes. Okay, whoever fell through the ceiling on this one, they should have known better. When you're in the attic, don't just walk over the insulation. I know it kind of looks like a floor. It's not a floor. Insulation in your attic is not a floor. There's no structural members there. Your ceiling joists in an attic are going to be somewhere between 16 and 24 inches spanned apart. You can kind of do a little feely touchy with your toes and feel where each member is to jump back and forth. Or you can just put like a nice wide plank nice wide plank in your attic and just lay it down first as a little makeshift floor and kind of use that as a catwalk and crawl across that. But don't just walk across the attic. You will fall through. So be very, very careful with that. I see as a trend this week. Lots of safety tips this week. That's great. Okay, spilling paint on the floor is ruins your day for sure. I've done it. Maybe you've done it. Ruins your day. No, it's actually not as bad as it looks, unless it's carpet. If you're going to keep the carpet, that's probably a disaster. Okay, but if it's tile, if it's wood floor, if it's laminate, if it's luxury vinyl planks, it actually cleans off pretty quickly and easy. Usually it's latex paint. Just get to it immediately and start working on it, and you'll actually be surprised. I actually had one of these recently in my house. We have hardwood floors on the main floor, and we were doing a painting project, and it was days later, I actually found some dried paint spots on the wood floor. I'm like, oh, great. I'm supposed to be the home improvement guy. I'm a licensed contractor. What am I going to do with this? So I actually got down there on my hands and knees, and it was completely dry, and it actually just popped right off. It just flaked right off. All you had to do is scratch it. It just pops right off. So actually paint on the floor is not that big of a deal. Just get to it immediately and you'll be fine. Good luck with your paint projects. Okay, okay. Deck fell off the house. I know. Other than that, it was a perfectly fine house. There was nothing else to see here. The deck fell off the house. The wife is mad. It fell on a picnic table or what is that, an AC unit down below? Okay. So if the deck or outside maintenance is not being completed, not being maintained, the deck will fall off your house. Is that the moral of the story here? The deck will fall off the house. The moral of the story is outside maintenance has to be taken seriously. And if you have any wood on the outside of your house, I know the modern houses are mostly vinyl and stone and mostly maintenance free. But if you have any wood whatsoever on the outside of your house, it is always in a state of slowly decaying and rotting, and you have to maintain it properly. Enough said. Okay, this one is fine. It's a addition to somebody's house, and they didn't know how to use concrete or learn or pull a permit for foundation, so they used recycled tires. Perfectly fine recycling program, very green to the planet. Have no issues with that whatsoever.